Hear these words from Micah chapter 3. Therefore he shall give them up until the time when she who is in labor has brought forth, the rest of his kindred shall return to the people of Israel. And he shall stand and feed his flock in the strength of the Lord, in the majesty of the name of the Lord his God. And they shall live secure, for now he shall be great to the ends of the earth, and he shall be the one of peace. The word of God for the people of God. Thanks be to God. I love Christmas music. I really don't believe that you can experience Christmas without the music. Even the angels sang on that great holy night. It's interesting how even if we get the details of the stories a little mixed up, if we get the gospel kind of mixed up and all the details, and often we do that in pageantry. We take a little bit of each story and make a beautiful picture. But the hymns and the carols give us that story. That's one of the important pieces of these carols. They help us narrate and remember the important pieces of the Christmas story. Just to test your knowledge and to prove that, I want you to fill in the blank with me a little bit. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn king. Right, the glory to the king, not the best gift giver, not the best present wrapper, glory to the king. Silent night, right. So even if everything falls apart this week, it is still a holy night because Christ is born. O come, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, that God is with us, even as we continue to hear the hard and the heavy things that are happening in our news. The pandemic numbers were on a wave again. Even through all of that, these hymns, these carols remind us that God is with us. As we hear these stories and as we hear from the prophet Micah, I shared this in my Friday morning devotion. Someone said, when you get into the week of Christmas, the prophetic texts are like, I like broccoli, so I'll say spinach, is a spinach between us and Christmas. It's that, do we still have to read this hard, heavy work? Can we just get to the good, warm-feeling text? But this text reminds us that not everyone has truly received this Christmas gift of joy and peace and love. That only happens when everyone has had access and been able to experience the peace and love of Christ. When everyone across the globe has had that opportunity. And you might think, well, that's just hopeless. How do we share this around the entire globe? How do we make it more than a symbolic candle? How do we make it real and tangible? It's when we participate in the work of Christmas. You'll hear our choir sing about this in the next carol. The work of Christmas. It is something that lasts beyond a day, that lasts beyond a season. When we step into the work of discipleship, we step into the work of sharing God's grace and mercy and the things that we do and we say. And we lean into that, and as we do, we find ourselves stepping into the light of Christ that we read in the Gospel of John. So friends, I encourage you this morning to think about how can you step into that light? How can we participate in the work of Christmas this season?